Good morning! Let me be honest with you, and I probably shouldn't tell you this, but each morning when I wake up, I pretty much have no idea what I'm gonna vlog for that day. I shouldn't say no idea. I do have a general project list that I'm working from on the farm and in the garden. However, I don't have a full script. Usually when I wake up in the morning, I get up, start getting out of bed, then I'll go take a shower. And that's usually when I start bringing it all together of somewhat of what I'm gonna do for the vlog today. So I don't come up with some long, extensive plan days or weeks before. I just somewhat wing it. Every morning I do the chores. I feed the animals, I feed our chickens, and I feed the ducks. But I don't want to bore you in recording that every single episode. I would get bored recording it. But that is what I do, and that's what I'm doing right now. I feed the chickens, feed the ducks, and just go do a general overview and overlook the farm. I am far from a professional photographer or videographer, cameraman, but when we film, I use our Canon G7X and I also use our Android here to get some extra shots. The reason why I get some extra shots, and I just want to add some extra perspective to keep it from being boring. Just try to make sure that there's action and there's things that go on, that continue to go on to keep your attention. You wouldn't just want to see me here, just standing here talking to you. Well, this is our farm. This is our lettuce that we're growing. And this is our squash. And these are our chickens. And this is what I'm going to do today. No, I like there to be movement. I like to be as animated as I can for you to help you to learn, because it is more helpful to learn if someone has energy and that is interesting to listen to. So I hope that I am. I hope that I'm not boring, and I hope I'm not too over the top. Currently, as I'm looking around the garden right now, one of the things that I see that I need to do this morning that I didn't have on the list is just a general cleanup. We have a number of items that are just kind of all over the place, and I just like to keep things tidy and continue to work on organization and making it look aesthetically pleasing. So bear with me as I do a little cleanup. Here I'm going to relay the drip tape here, the drip irrigation for the basil, and also continue on to where we have just added some Swiss chard transplants. I'm also going to take this landscape fabric that we've already burned holes in, that we've pre-burned them in for salad greens, and I'm going to move it down there to the bed that we worked on the other day when I was fixing that mess and pulling out the unwanted plants. We're going to put that there for some lettuce. Wrestling with the whole idea of even using drip irrigation. It works well for if you want to keep your leaves dry to avoid funguses and other diseases when they just are constantly wet. However, they're a pain to deal with, and you can water even easier from up above if you're doing things like such as sprouting seed, and there's certain areas that you want to hit that sometimes the drip irrigation just misses. But we'll continue to evaluate and see which direction we want to go. Even though I just wing it on doing the vlog and coming up with the script, I don't do that with the garden, and I try to have a plan, and I'm continuing to work on and developing plans and following in something that is more systematic. And this morning I did have it planned to go ahead and prep this bed here that we were working on last week when we were pulling all those unwanted plants out and correcting. So this is the last part, the next step of correcting one of those big mistakes of not using landscape fabric. So here I will use landscape fabric to transplant some lettuce that we started from seed. Look who we have here. Who is this?
Selah.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
You're gonna feed the dogs and introduce everyone to your chicks? I don't think people have met your new chicks yet.
I don't think so.
Let's go see them real quick.
Okay, but first I want to show you something. I lost my tooth last night.
Wow. So everybody remembers Selah's tooth was just barely hanging on. Well, she actually lost that other tooth, that other front tooth, last night. And there it is, right?
Yep.
Wow. Cool. Now let's see that smile now. Wow. Let's see those chicks.
Okay.
Alrighty, who do we have here, Selah?
Shira and Brownie.
Wow, they are pretty.
What?
What kind of chickens are those? Did you forget? Oh, you know, it starts with a B.
Buffalo Orpingtons.
There we go. Selah has been saying for some time now that she has wanted some chickens of her own. So last week when I picked up some chickens from David for Cindy at Blue Fig Farm, I got Selah 2 chicks as well. All right, Selah, I'll let you finish your chores. See you later.
See you later.
Next, I'm going to go ahead and finish putting down the landscape fabric for the lettuce transplants. I'll need to put down the garden staples next, smooth it out, and then put in the transplants. Here we go. Before I start on the transplants for the lettuce, I want to ask you, our viewers, something. I know a number of you out there are really good gardeners, really good farmers, and you know a lot. You've had a lot of years of experience. So I want to ask you something. My squash here started off well. We haven't had really any major problems with the squash vine borer, nor have we had squash bugs. Yet, we've gotten a lot of rain, and we've been dealing with diseases on the squash, and the plants aren't that healthy. I need something very quick that can help the squash turn around quickly, or I got to pull this out, because we run a market garden. It needs to be profitable and it needs to be high efficient, and I can't spend a lot of time maintaining a plant and losing that time that I could go ahead and put another crop in and make money off of it. I've already amended the bed beforehand with organic fertilizer. I've also used Epsom salt spray, and I've also used organic fungicide. But as you see here, they are still struggling. If any of you have any suggestions, please let me know, because by the end of the week this crop needs to come out if it's not healthy enough to be producing for us, and a new crop needs to come in that is going to be producing for us, because we're here to make money. We're trying to do everything as environmentally friendly as possible. However, we have to be high efficient, and we need to have a quick turnaround and make things as profitable for us, because we want to continue doing farming. We want to continue farming, but if it's not profitable, we can't. That's why we do it the way we do it. As I was transplanting the lettuce, you may have seen Selah in the background harvesting some of the cucumbers. But now she's going to help me, since I have finished putting the lettuce transplants in, she's going to help me set up some low tunnels here. We're basically going to take the shade cloth and cover over the lettuce just to keep the heat from beating on them as they're adjusting to being transplanted.
Here we go.
And now that we have the shade cloth set up over the lettuce to protect it from the heat of the day and to help just to ease the transition of being transplanted, we're going to water them. But you know what? There's something we hadn't told you all. Lacie and I are celebrating our 11th year anniversary. And just like plants need watering for nurturing, relationships need watering too. And the rest of the day, I'm gonna spend some time with her, or we're gonna spend some time watering our relationship. We're not gonna vlog it, but we may post some pictures on Instagram and maybe Twitter. So if you'd like to see some of the things that we're gonna do today, and you're not following us, please follow us on Twitter and Instagram. But that's it for today. See ya next time.
Quack, quack.